continue to get the same results. So when you do things, when you continue to do things that don't give you results, that means you are going to continue to do them expecting no results. So that is the issue. So we must look at it from the top. It's a top-down approach. Why? Because the local government on its own
is supposed to be autonomous.
Of course, it's supposed to be autonomous. And to an extent, there is a level of autonomy to an extent. There is a local government chairman can decide to build a school. That is autonomy. A local government chairman can decide the amount of tax, the amount of rates, the amount of levy a certain system, maybe a provision store, should pay. That is a level of autonomy.
Is that grown in a local
Of course.
So what now happened to
No,
this thing?
I'm coming. That is a level of autonomy. A local government chairman can wake up in the morning and gather its cabinet and say, in Ward 1, in Ikpoba-Okha, for instance, within a space of 3 years, I have a vision to erect three functional primary health centers. My brother, that is autonomy already. For you to be able to conceive such developmental program, there is a level of autonomy without having to take permission. Without having to take permission from a superior body. Either maybe the governor or the president. You are not taking permission from anyone.
But in this case, we did take permission from the government.
Not to an extent.
To an extent, that's what I'm
In
saying.
Ikpoba-Okha, I am the immediate past press secretary to the Ikpoba-Okha local government chairman. I understand to the letter what we have done in the last 3 years.
So how were you able to function exactly?
And that is why I said autonomy is to an extent. Why? Because in building schools, in Ikpoba-Okha we built over 12 schools, new schools. Some we rehabilitated because they are dilapidated. Some we built from foundation.
With evidence.
Of course, the records are there. We have 2 books. We have publications. We have publications. We have publications to show what we have done. So the chairman didn't need to take permission from the governor to build Okpekpe Primary School in Ward 9. He didn't need to take permission to build the world bank that is ongoing. That building is ongoing as we speak. I am sorry, the chairman did not need to take permission to build up Bazagon in Ward 8. I am coming. The chairman, Dr. Eric Osayede, he didn't need to write a letter, an application for permission to build Ogwoda Secondary School. Even though...
From the scratch?
From the scratch. No, not from the scratch. It was a dilapidated 3-classroom block. A dilapidated. It was no longer in ordinary use. It could no longer accommodate students and staff. So what we did as a local government was to expand the 3 to 6.
3 classrooms.
3 classrooms to 6 classrooms.
Expansion.
Means rebuilding.
3 already existed.
3 already existed, but they were no longer in ordinary use because they were ramshackled, they were dilapidated, they were old, they were obsolete.
So where did the fund came from?
What the fund to build that school?
Yes.
From the 50-50 naira we collect every day. From our market women, from our traders, from the shop owners, from the kiosk operators, and what have you?
So the man in question know the essence of giving back to his
Of course. They are,
let's know.
and mind you, secondary school rehabilitation or whatever is not within the purview of the local governments. It is an exclusively state project.
Was there any reform?
Reform from the state?
Yes.
No, we don't. No. This is Ikpoba-Okha. I told you in the last 2 sessions we had, it is our children that school in Ogwoda. It is our nieces, our nephews that school in Ogwoda. So the only thing we did as a local government was after we had built it, we had handed over to the school authority, we only wrote a letter to the governor informing him of what we have done in Ogbola, and that is fair enough. But when you talk of reform, I don't think that exists in any way.
Let's look at economic capability, economic capacity of local government. We have 18 local governments in Edo State. What you have narrated seems to be a fear to other local governments.
Okay, I don't know. I'm not aware.
Of course, I'm saying this. It seems to be a fear, a source of fear to other local governments. If you tell them, they say there's no money. There's no money. There's no money.
There's no money
Yet,
anywhere.
they keep taxing.
Well, I think that, like I said in one of my interviews, somewhere around, I think it was your radio studio, I told my interviewer that an administrator that wants to work will find a way to generate funds to work. First of all, you must have that working orientation, mentality, ethic. Once you first develop and sustain that ethic, you are a government. There is no way you can't get money from here and there as a government, whether local, state, or federal. It is inconsequential to say that within a space of 3 years, you couldn't mobilize or galvanize funds to build a school. We have 10 wards in Ikpoba-Okha, beginning from Ward 1 in Uten to Ward 10 in Olubo. If you check all our wards, there are capital projects, landmark projects. In Ward 1, as I speak, we are